Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So this is XRP on the daily, right now trading at 0.273 cents. Just coming down here, guys. There's not too much to report since yesterday. We're seeing the same thing with BTC. Just kind of hanging out in this zone, just kind of vacillating back and forth. We're still waiting for a significant move. If it is to the downside, which I believe it will be, we will correct, and then that'd be a great opportunity to buy BTC, possibly under 10,000 once again. Okay, potentially hitting this zone. Retraced over here. Could it come back down into that region? Good opportunity to buy, and I believe the rest of the crypto space, just going to put it back on XRP here. I believe the rest of the crypto space will react in the same way if that happens, but we still got to wait and see. Gonna start this off with the Cryptic Poet here, guys, at One Cryptic Poet on Twitter. He sent me a few different articles today. This guy is on fire. Ripple partner Finastra, OBE railsbank, and Yolt Technology Services have partnered to launch the first appathon designed to propel open banking into the broader domain for open finance. So if you guys don't know this by now, Finastra is a Ripple partner, and this thing is being sponsored by Amazon Web Services, which also has a connection to Ripple. So them and MasterCard have partnered up. They're sponsoring this. The event gives startups and scale-ups a unique opportunity to launch market-ready solutions that will shape the future of API-based banking and commerce by enabling new capabilities in related markets such as savings, pensions, insurance, and mortgages. The open finance movement is set to give customers and businesses more control over a wider range of their financial experiences, enabling them to access and share their data with a broader range of providers who can develop innovative services that meet their needs. The Open Finance Appathon offers participants a unique chance to lead the pack of open finance solutions that are being developed across the globe using the range of APIs and sandboxes offered by railsbank, YTS, and Finastra, who is a Ripple partner once again. So guys, more developments happening in the space. Ripple doesn't only partner with companies. I don't know if you guys know this. This one from DJ Peter Vass. Ripple has actually expanded their partnerships with their UBRI project, which is the University Blockchain Research Initiative. So this article here, the UBRI program is continuing to grow, and Ripple has now welcomed ETH Zurich, University of Zurich, Ryerson University, and Instituto Tecnológico Autónomo de México to the network. So the global initiative now supports 37 university partners to further accelerate academic research, technical development, and innovation in blockchain, cryptocurrency, fintech, and digital payments. So more universities who have now been added to this blockchain research initiative that Ripple is a part of. You got to think to yourself, blockchain's the future. Cryptocurrencies like XRP are going to be an integral part in the financial fabric. So we're going to need generations, new minds, to be able to work on this in the coming decades. And so we have to educate them now. And why not then create a research initiative to support blockchain research in the universities today? Because those are going to be the minds that will be working on blockchain technology down the road. So great news there. More partnerships doesn't hurt one bit. Another one here, guys, from the Cryptic Poet. Ripple partner ACI Worldwide and EBANX drive local credit card usage and alternative payment methods for global e-commerce businesses in Latin America. So boom, another Ripple partner, ACI Secure E-commerce Solution, and EBANX will initially offer their local credit card payments, installments, and alternative payment methods for the Latin American market. This collaboration will enable the acceptance of most relevant payment methods across Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Mexico, Peru, and Uruguay. So much of South America and even Mexico in there as well. Founded in Brazil in 2012, EBANX has helped more than 1,000 merchants in the retail, travel, and digital goods and subscription sectors, such as AliExpress and Exola, expand in Latin America by offering local payment methods for consumers. EBANX provides local payment methods for businesses that are based outside the region so they can charge customers in their local currency and process consumer credit, debit card, and alternative payment methods locally. With the ACI Secure E-commerce Solution, EBANX can provide ACI's global merchants that are planning to expand in Latin America the ability to quickly accept new local payment methods and deliver a fast, seamless, and secure customer experience for all payment types across the region. To me, that sounds like they are utilizing their RippleNet capabilities here. Seamless and secure customer experience, of course, being able to accept many different currencies in a seamless method just sounds like a new DLT solution. Do not know for a fact. However, it does sound like they could be, and even if they aren't, of course, once those cryptocurrency regulations are sweeping across the globe, they certainly will be. But this is Latin America, let's not forget, so maybe the regulatory clarity is clearer there. Don't know if I have any viewers from Latin America. Put it down in the comments. Let me know what cryptocurrency regulation is like in that region. I'm sure it'll differ from country to country, but I'd just like to get a sense. I feel like they are further ahead. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the Venezuelan president decided to tell the people to actually go out and buy Bitcoin and Litecoin when they were seeing hyperinflation with the Venezuelan bolivar. That was from a couple of years ago now. But I'd be interested to see what regulatory clarity is like in Latin America. Gonna keep moving though, guys. This is another one from the Cryptic Poet. Zara, they have picked Ripple partner dLocal to support e-commerce operations in Uruguay and Paraguay. So Zara has chosen dLocal, and we know dLocal is a Ripple partner. dLocal, an award-winning fintech company that specializes in cross-border payments for emerging markets, today announced that it is supporting Zara's e-commerce operations in Uruguay and Paraguay through the use of its payment platforms. This provides an enhanced online shopping experience for Zara's customers, so they are leveraging dLocal, 360 payment platforms that will be accepted for local credit card payments and the option of monthly installments. The solution allows customers to pay with both international and locally issued credit cards from MasterCard, Visa, and American Express, as well as other domestic cards such as OCA in Uruguay. Now, guys, the articles that I've just gone through have dealt with these companies wanting to streamline payments. Now, if you've noticed, they're all Ripple partners, and it's not to say that they're all using RippleNet right now, but the future is there. Ripple has already positioned themselves partnering with these companies, and the integration is going to be seamless. Once that switch flips and we're on a new financial system, Ripple is already going to be there, and it sounds as though there won't be too many problems with that integration. So how close are we really to this new financial system? Are we going to just get rid of the old and in with the new? A lot of detractors out there have been down on cryptocurrency adoption for many different reasons. One of them was money laundering and this whole idea that Bitcoin couldn't shake its old reputation of being a privacy coin, even though it technically isn't a privacy coin. But guys, now look at what we're seeing here. This from XRP Crypto Wolf. A new report from Mexico says banks are used to launder money more than cryptocurrency. So this with regards to a Mexican report. And what they are suggesting is Mexico's Financial Intelligence Unit recently published the results of its second national risk assessment. The report highlighted that the risk of money laundering in the banking sector far surpasses the issues encountered by fintech companies. Interesting to say the least. According to the El Economista, the so-called G7 banking group BBVA Santander, Citibanamex, Banorte, HSBC, Scotiabank, and Inbursa registers significantly more money laundering in Mexico than blockchain firms. Brokerage companies, exchange firms, and banking institutional providers are also included in the high-risk classification given by the report. So, this report suggesting more money laundering is actually going through banks in Mexico rather than blockchain firms or fintech operators or cryptocurrency exchanges. What does that tell you? There's a problem with the system and not necessarily with cryptocurrencies. I don't know if you guys saw this Netflix documentary a couple years back. They talk about HSBC and their $881 million money laundering scandal. I believe it was on that series Dirty Money. This MarketWatch article just kind of stating where their stock price was at that time. But there are also some who feel HSBC can still count itself fortunate for not being heavily punished over their failure to prevent Mexican and Colombian drug cartels from laundering hundreds of millions of dollars through the U.S. financial system. They were only fined $1.9 billion in 2012. Now that sounds like a lot, but considering how much money these banks make, that's like a slap on the wrist. Seriously, considering what they were doing, laundering illegal funds for the biggest drug cartels in Colombia and in Mexico. So suffice it to say, the system is fairly broken, I think, to put it lightly. And I wanted to get to this because this was an interesting theory here. MajorTomXRP on Twitter posted this, and I'm going to go through his tweet thread. It's quite lengthy. It has to do with that switchover, the change of the financial system. And guys, we're hearing about it more and more. Originally, he posted this 12 months ago, so a year ago before the pandemic hit, and he says, it would seem that we are now well placed for the last major upheaval to occur, the first two we have witnessed worldwide over the last 12 months. So the perfect storm is here, guys. This has to do with going back to the gold standard, and I did a video on that. Zara and Nasara, for those of you guys who still haven't seen it, I'll put it up here in the top right-hand corner for you guys to click on. But let me get into Major Tom's tweet thread. So throughout the thread, he does post some visuals and some supporting material here from former posts and the research that he has done. So I'm not going to get into all of it. I will link this tweet in the description of the video if you want to get into it further. But let me read this. So I wrote then that we are one major event away from a debt bubble, implosion, and financial meltdown. Now, guys, remember he wrote this 12 months ago, so before the pandemic even hit. In my opinion, we are now well advanced on the financial meltdown, but it is being stage managed by Treasury to preserve the retirement plans of wealth and individual investors in the market. So we got to think to ourselves, why are they propping up the market? Well, maybe because they don't want the wealthy, the elite class, to lose a lot of their money. Could this be why they are propping up the stock market? So that the wealthy can come out on top, and then once they have all cashed out, the rug will be pulled out from under us. Okay, this is an illusion, guys. By the way, this is the S&P 500 on the daily. This is an illusion, the Fed printing money, pumping it into the market to prop up the market. Yet, what he is suggesting is that this is just for the wealthy to be able to preserve their wealth. To prevent another 1929 scenario, cabal-initiated wealth transfer event from playing out, what we are witnessing with the QE to infinity is a train wreck in slow motion. But it doesn't matter because there's going to be a reset. The only option is a total reset of the currency and financial system, a total debt reset. For those paying attention, indications are that this new system will involve quantum computing, which we've heard that term a lot recently, a return to the gold currency system, and the use of digital or crypto assets. Now, for those of you guys who do not know what quantum computing is, it can get very, very technical. I'm just going to leave this description up here. Quantum computing is the use of quantum phenomena such as superposition and entanglement to perform computation. Computers that perform quantum computations are known as quantum computers, of course. And down here, quantum computers perform calculations based on the probability of an object's state before it is measured. So instead of just ones and zeros, which means they have the potential to process exponentially more data compared to classical computers. It gets very, very complicated, so I don't want to get into quantum computing. Let's go down here. There are two major reasons why a total reset is required: to defund the deep state cabal and their petrodollar-dominated system of debt, slavery, and financial control. The second is to transition to a new financial system that has been built parallel and put into place. So will this new financial system run on RippleNet using XRP to source that liquidity? He is suggesting that this is going to be the new financial system, as I think many of us believe at this point. I mean, Ripple is just positioning itself to be that, considering the kinds of meetings Brad Garlinghouse has taken over the last several years, how some of these organizations like the BIS and the IMF are describing cryptocurrencies, how they're using verbiage that essentially describes XRP. Without them saying XRP, they are essentially describing XRP. So to continue, over the last 5 years behind the scenes, both of these objectives require the old debt system to crash first before ushering in the new international monetary system. This new IMS requires a stable unit of account, which could be provided by gold, but in the modern era, this could be better facilitated by incorporating gold with a cryptocurrency / a digital asset, as promoted by Judy Shelton, Trump's financial advisor since 2016 and soon to be appointee to the Federal Reserve Board. To serve as this settlement mechanism, this would give gold the ability to be virtually teleported to anywhere in the world in seconds, according to Ripple CTO David Schwartz. We've heard David say that. This would be managed by distributed ledger technology, DLT, on the worldwide network called RippleNet, which can facilitate a medium of exchange by way of a decentralized exchange for assets and asset-backed currencies. There will be 3 different forms of money in this new money system, a combination of the old and the new. Sovereign money, the dollar, or each country's equivalent fiat currency backed by gold for use within sovereign borders. Number 2 will be digital assets or cryptocurrency. Examples, XRP, for exchange across borders. Cross-border exchange using real-time gross settlement, global instant payments. Also exchanging value between all markets and asset classes. XRP will be used to balance trade accounts between sovereign entities or 4 countries via either the Treasury or central banks as the settlement mechanism, so shipments of gold from country to country will not be required. Number 3 will be gold, will be used to back paper currencies to become real money again. Gold will be used as a stable point of reference. And guys, if you haven't caught the Zara and Zara video, I do suggest you watch it. Exchange rates would be fixed. Physical gold could be priced locally at the sovereign level to manage and reverse trade flow imbalances, preventing the way trade flows. Since this is a global system, the pricing reference, I believe, would be in grams per gold and not the imperial ounces. So prices would be in grams, barrels, for example. Okay, so it just gives you an example of what how it would be weighed. This new international monetary system creates what the analysts and politicians are calling for: a global level playing field, which means no hegemonic currency and a fair system for all. XRP's role would be to augment the currency system to make it function more effectively, efficiently, and at scale to handle the entirety of world trade flows. XRP technically has been purpose designed to do this function, and at a sufficiently high enough price, it would be able to do this. What is a high enough price? Now, this is not me suggesting that XRP is going to go to this price. This is just what Major Tom, guys, is suggesting it could be in order for this complete value transfer model to function properly. If we had $90 trillion worth of gold in global money, these are numbers back from 2017, and it's to be backed by gold, then the total gold supply, 190,040 tons in 2017, value would need to be at least equal to this. This gives us a $475 per gram or $13,425 per ounce in today's dollar value. So if XRP was to be able to move the total value of gold or currency, then XRP price would need to be at least $900 to manage this efficiently. I'm not necessarily advocating that XRP will be backed by gold, as this would limit its utility in my view. What I'm saying is that it will need to be tied to gold without being stabilized at a fixed price, so as to be able to move that value to manage toward trade flows and cross-border currency flows. Remember, this is just one function that XRP has been designed for, and it doesn't take into account the other use cases such as DTCC and managing the tokenized economy, micropayments, and such, which is still to come. Additionally, Ripple has in escrow circa 50 billion XRP, which I believe has been allocated or set aside for the purpose of pump and priming the system to prevent a global financial Armageddon scenario that some pundits are predicting. So we ask about the escrow. We ask, why does Ripple hold so much XRP? Could it be part of this new financial reset? Could it be that they do need to keep XRP in the vault at this moment in order to, have it there so that once we actually do need the liquidity, the XRP has been slowly dispersed into the ecosystem, and therefore there is enough XRP to pump prime, as Major Tom puts it, the entire financial system. So he goes on to say this coming crash has been prepared for a long time now, and I think XRP is the magic bullet designed to transition the world's monetary system to the new economy. For those paying attention, there is now more evidence to support the idea that this new international monetary system, or the IMS as he dubs, will be managed by quantum computing in what is being referred to as the quantum financial system, the QFS. This system, I believe, requires a stable currency system that is not open to manipulation, hacking, or intervention. This can only be delivered, in my opinion, by the gold standard combined with quantum technology. Gold price will be increased from today's price to a value that makes all CBs solvent, so central banks solvent, whatever that price needs to be. It can be an agreed upon price by the central banks. Once on the GS, currency manipulation and devaluations will no longer be possible. It is a fixed rate / ratio against the gold price. This is the international monetary level playing field. Welcome to the new international monetary system with instant settlement and quantum protection. 2020 is turning out to be an eventful and interesting year, and so Major Tom again posted this before the pandemic occurred. It makes sense to me, when he does put things into perspective, it kind of makes sense as to why Ripple is, for example, holding the XRP in escrow, seeing what is happening now, with the Fed pumping money into the system in order to prop up the economy so that their rich billionaire buddies can cash out without being scathed. I saw this on my personal Facebook account, just somebody from my everyday life posted this, and, they're kind of laughing about it. This guy knows something we don't know. I don't doubt it's true. Apple CEO Tim Cook sells $131.7 million in Apple stock. Now, this is the CEO of Apple, and he's selling $131.7 million worth of Apple stock. Look at where the market is right now, and Apple stock isn't doing too poorly either. Why would he be doing this if the market was quote unquote all fine and good? Other things I wanted to bring to your attention, guys. This from James Rule XRP on Twitter. He posted this: "Hey Flare Networks, we are interested in potentially supporting your network with our large XRP investor base. We would love to connect and discuss how to best achieve this goal." So this from iTrust Capital, wanting to leverage their XRP investor base on the Flare network. So we are seeing more and more interest with DeFi and leveraging XRP into that. James Rule also posted this. He sent this my way. Coinbase executive details huge uptick in institutional demand for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So Brett Trejpaul, Coinbase's head of institutional sales, trading, custody, and prime services, tells Thinking Crypto that the huge institutional influx is the reason the exchange's over-the-counter trading desk, which has been around for 2 years now, has done 50% of its life-to-date volume in the past 4 weeks. Trejpaul attributes the influx to a few factors: the seminal public endorsement of hedge fund legend Paul Tudor Jones of Bitcoin in May, hedge fund giant Resistance Technology recent venture futures into Bitcoin futures market, and the secure storage offered by Coinbase Custody, which is regulated now by the New York Department of Financial Services. Trejpaul also mentions Coinbase's recent acquisition of Tagomi, a crypto prime brokerage platform. This acquisition gave Coinbase the ability to offer institutional clients smart order routers, according to the executives. So we are seeing more and more. And guys, when I say it out of context, it doesn't sound like that big of a deal. But when you actually look at what's going on here, institutional traders getting more and more into cryptocurrency, it makes me think that these guys know something that we do not know, or rather us as cryptocurrency holders, we may know, but the rest of the masses do not know. I also wanted to bring this up by Martin Volk. Martin Volk pointed this out to me. North Korean cyber actors are using malware variants to conduct an ATM cash-out scheme to steal money from banking systems. Read more about the threat in a joint press release. So this from the FBI, at FBI on Twitter. This is an official release, guys, and they're using the SWIFT terminal. They're using the SWIFT system here to do this. Okay, these are North Korean spies, North Korean hackers who are stealing money using malware from ATM cash-out systems. Okay, the system is broken, and there needs to be a way for it to get fixed and quickly. Guys, I also want to bring this up. Michael at Val5Links pointed this out. This is an article from an interview with Brad Garlinghouse. Macro view for crypto is bullish amid massive monetary stimulus. The chief executive officer of the San Francisco payment startup Ripple thinks that economic policies meant to buffer the impact of the pandemic-induced financial crisis will benefit the crypto industry. So essentially what he's saying, the pandemic has stoked fear into the masses. People are getting into cryptocurrency, and I think that is the right decision for people to do at this moment in time. Same as how MajorTomXRP believes, this crash, he predicted this 12 months ago. This crash is coming and we need to be prepared. Brad Garlinghouse goes on the record by saying, I think that the macro view on crypto in a world where we're seeing massive stimulus of fiat currencies, that's very inflationary over a longer arc of time, and I think that's probably very good for crypto. Garlinghouse says that he believes crypto assets will have to prove their utility in order to survive in the long term. I also think this just isn't about crypto as a speculative asset. It's about crypto using these technologies to solve real-world problems, as Brad Garlinghouse usually says. He also says we have to make sure there's regulatory clarity. We need to make sure we're focused on real use cases, not science experiments, but actually solving real problems. It's important that the various projects, regardless of what technology platform is being used, they need to be clear on who their customers are and what problems they are solving. Like I've said many times, Ripple has already positioned themselves to be at the center of a new international monetary policy. And when you're seeing CEOs of big companies like Apple cashing out of their stocks, especially when the stock market has now reached new all-time highs, let me just bring it back to the S&P 500 for a second. S&P 500 has now broken its former high here. This gives the public a false sense of what's really going on. I would be very, very careful if you are investing in stocks right now, especially if you're not doing as they do, but instead if you're doing as they say. The writing is on the wall, guys. Is this gold standard going to come about sooner than we think? Guys, I'll link my Zara and Zara video down in the description as well for those of you guys who still haven't seen it. And a huge shout out to MajorTomXRP for this theory. But I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.